Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Everything is Bad New Fangled Motion Picture Show.
Welcome, one and all, to a brand new episode of Newfangled Motion Picture Show. I am Niall.
And I am Nolan.
And we are here today to review at you the movie Tomb Raider. So, we're going to be doing a spoiler-free review. And we'll give you a spoiler warning. And then we're going to spoil it after that and continue our review. Alright? So don't get mad at us.
Yeah.
So,
if you can't follow directions.
Seriously. Alright, let's get right into this. Tomb Raider, starring
Alicia Vikander.
Yep. So this movie,
it's all right.
It's okay. It's a solid okay. I mean, I don't know what you really want from a Tomb Raider movie, though.
I would have liked. I think they could have cut some out of the origin stuff.
Yeah.
And put a lot more
on the island.
On the island.
Yeah. So
the origin stuff was almost half the movie.
Yeah. So as you may or may not know, this movie is based on the first of the rebooted Tomb Raider games by Square Enix,
which does not have nearly so much origin stuff in it.
Yeah.
As this movie does. Not that the origin stuff was bad, but when you only have so much time for the movie, I would have liked to them cut some of it down, because they could have cut some of it down and then added more on the latter end, which was the stuff on the island.
The origin stuff was actually pretty interesting, and it's kind of sad to say, it was a lot better written than the stuff on the island. Which, the stuff on the island is the stuff that you expect from Tomb Raider.
Right.
You know, that's where the action is. That's where the gunplay is, and, you know, the tomb raiding.
Yeah.
And that's, what, maybe the last third of the movie?
Maybe a little more than a third, but yeah, I mean, at least half the movie was the origin stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they do clearly expect to make sequels.
Yeah, they really leave it set up for this to be a series.
If it does well enough, a sequel where they don't have to deal with origin stuff
could be really cool.
Could be really good.
Yeah, so I gotta say, I really do like the way Lara Croft is portrayed now, both in this movie and in the video games, because it's just a much more believable person.
Yeah,
like her outfits make sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I mean, gosh, man, go look at videos of Alicia Vikander training for this role, because she did all her own stunts and stuff.
Yeah, and she's put on a lot of muscles.
Ripped.
God, you see her in a sports bra, and you're like, wow.
Look at them abs.
Yeah. She's got a Bowflex body.
Seriously, yeah. There's some videos of her training for this movie that were like released as promo videos and stuff, and like you see her doing like some pull-ups, and you just see all the muscles in her back just like tensing up and like just rippling through, and it's just like, wow.
Yeah.
This woman could beat the crap out of me.
Right.
So, but yeah, I think Alicia Vikander was a pretty solid Lara Croft, especially being based on this newer Lara Croft.
Yeah, the rebooted Lara Croft. A lot of people have like the old Lara Croft still in their mind, in which Angelina Jolie was a perfectly great, visually acceptable version of that, but the new Lara Croft is more gritty, more realistic. Yep. And so Alicia Vikander looks a lot like the new design and everything. So I think she was a good choice for the role.
Mm-hmm. I
don't have any complaints in the acting anywhere.
Well, there was some scene there where Dominic West, who plays her dad, was like really melodramatic.
Yeah, well, there was some. Like, well, I mean, there was the dialogue was melodramatic.
Yeah, there was some groan-worthy dialogue.
That was writing, not necessarily performance.
Yeah,
I feel.
Yeah, that's true, I suppose. But yeah, so this movie's a solid okay. If you're looking for an action movie, go ahead. But if you just want to go to the movies, there's a bunch of better ones that are out right now. So
yeah.
But I think that's all we can really get into on this movie without spoiling anything. You have anything else to say?
No, just that it's an alright movie. I don't have really any big complaints. it's just sort of an average movie. It could have been better, but it definitely could have been a lot worse. And then without spoiling anything, I can't really go in. I mean, I have some other things that are like nitpicky and not a big deal, and don't affect my enjoyment of the movie really. But they're spoilery.
Yep.
So.
Oh, the very last scene of this movie too was pretty cheesy.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, we'll get into that in the spoiler bit. So, we good?
Yeah.
Henceforth, spoiler territory.
Okay, so one thing I would like, because since it is based on that game, I would have liked to see more remnants of World War II Japanese stuff on the island.
Yeah.
Like in the game,
the crashed airplane was a pretty cool set piece.
Yeah, the crashed airplane was a pretty cool set piece. And then, but in the game, there's like crashed planes. There's bunkers dotting the island. Because the backstory is, this island has these ancient Japanese like temples and castles on the island. But there's also, during the war, Japanese used it for a military base. So there's different facilities dotting the island that are remains from World War II. And I would like to have seen more of that.
Yeah.
They really didn't go very many places on the island. There's just a handful of places, and they all felt like they're in a very close proximity to each other.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't have the time. I mean, really the problem.
The movie's 2 hours long, which for a action movie starts. I mean, that's approaching too long territory.
Yeah, but like I said before, they spent so much time on their origins, which it wasn't bad stuff in the origins,
right?
But I think there's some things they could have cut out here and there.
Too much time on Lara Croft, not enough time on Tomb Raider. Is that what you're saying?
Right. Well, the whole thing with the fox chase,
that was interesting.
It was fun, but for the sake of more stuff on the island, they could have cut that out and just had the woman who's running the company just knock on her door like, Laura, would you please sign these death papers?
Yeah.
Instead of having her like show up and bail her out of jail or whatever. It
felt like a very roundabout way of getting to that scene too. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a cool scene, the bicycle chase, and it showed that Laura is fit, athletic, and quick thinking.
Yeah.
But we could have figured that out by the way she behaved on the island.
Right.
Yeah, same thing with the as cool as it was, the chase scene on the docks in Hong Kong.
Yeah, that was unnecessary.
She could have just found the boat.
Yeah. Again, that was just to show off her athleticism and quick
right, but again, that could have been spent with her doing something on the island.
I think they needed probably one thing before getting to the island to show that she was athletic and quick thinking, and then I spent the rest of the time getting to and being on the island.
They could have had something like, well, we know she's a delivery person, a bicycle delivery person, but she could have been like, oh, I need to get this, I'm running late, I need to get this there, and had some like cool scene where she does something, she hops her bike up on like a wall to ride through an area that, for a shortcut, or grab onto the back of a moving truck or whatever, stuff
that's the power of love.
Yeah, well,
that's what came to mind.
You know what I mean? But they could have figured out a way to cut down a lot of that stuff.
Yeah,
because I felt the tomb rating was kind of chipped.
Yeah,
on the tomb rating aspect. But and then my other complaint is when that guy comes after her and she kills him, and she leaves his gun. She didn't take his gun.
Yeah.
But then at the end, she goes and buys some guns from a pawn shop run by Nick Frost, and
that's the scene I was talking about being cheesy.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Where she like picks up the gun, and the chick like
rattles off
what it is, and
it's like, I'll take two.
It's a Heckler and Koch, whatever, or it was a SOCOM 9mm extended mag, all this, which that might be significant to the earlier games. I don't know. Was that what she used?
No, that's what it was. Non-specific in the games, but that's what she used in the other earlier movies.
Okay.
It was those exact same guns in the previous movies.
Okay. They're like pretty ridiculous looking, like
They're massive.
well anyone who knows guns can recognize all the like the tactical components that are on it.
And it's like blackened metal in some parts and like chromed metal in other places.
It's really it's an ugly gun, I think. And then it's like comically large in her hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she like goes, "I'll take 2." It's like, oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, that was just groan worthy, man. But yeah, yeah. I mean, it's Tomb Raider, so like I don't know.
Yeah, what were you expecting?
Yeah. But,
one thing that you were pointing out that you liked is that what we thought was going to be a supernatural thing was not.
right, and it's something in video games. It seems like people are more willing. People are. I was trying to combine those words there. It was just coming out as mush. People are more willing to accept supernatural things in video games. It feels like, and in a movie, you don't want that as much because like
It works in Indiana Jones.
Yeah, but I don't know.
But yeah, when it turned out at the end that like because the story is that this Japanese queen had this touch of death and she killed everyone she touched and just devoured their souls and stuff. Well, in the video game that was the case. In the movie, it was just she had some like disease, like it was some flesh-eating disease or something. She was a carrier but immune.
Right.
And so when you touched her, you became infected and you died like within minutes. Which is still kind of ridiculous, but it wasn't supernatural.
Right. It's kind of like in the Uncharted games, where it's like right up to the end, you're sitting there going, maybe this one is supernatural, and then they explain it away somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought that was pretty clever. I think that was the correct course of action for a movie version of this game, or a movie adaptation of the game. Because I think regular audience, randos who haven't played the Tomb Raider, I think that they're going to be more accepting of that.
Yeah.
So, but I think that's all I have to say.
Yeah,
about this movie.
that's about it.
Solid okay.
Yep.
As the stamp of okay from us.
Mm-hmm.
So next week we've got some good stuff. Next week is Pac Rim and Isle of Dogs. And hopefully Killing Stalin will be somewhere in our town.
Yeah, we gotta find that.
Because that's getting rave reviews.
You should read the comic. I have it.
I know. But yeah, so definitely next week doing Pac Rim Uprising and Isle of Dogs. Not necessarily in that order. I'm thinking, technically speaking, Isle of Dogs is probably going to be a better movie than Pac Rim. But yeah, and then the week after that's Ready Player One. So that's what we've got coming up.
Come with
And hopefully somewhere along the way, Death of Stalin.
into this world.
Nolan's over here singing the
Pure imagination.
song from Willy Wonka because it was in the trailer for Ready Player One. Which
But also in Thor Ragnarok.
and Thor Ragnarok as well.
Which I watched the other night.
I'm calling it now. Ready Player One's not going to be a great movie. But I'm not thinking that for the same reason that other people are thinking that. So
Yeah. I'm curious to like spot all the different like video game and movie references and stuff.
yeah, there's a Gundam in it though, which automatically makes it worth watching. It's 140 minutes.
Ready Player One's 100 over 2 hours.
That's what it says here. Holy
Wow.
crap.
All right.
Spielberg, I guess. He's allowed to do what he wants. So,
Pretty much.
yep. All right. So anyway, but that's what we got coming up. Also streaming on Sundays over on the Twitch and a random Thursday last week. So, check that out. Twitch.tv/everything_is_bad. Those get also archived on our YouTube channel. You can check them out there. Right now, playing through Last of Us. Gonna move on to some Jack 2 when we're done with that, I think.
Yeah.
We like Naughty Dog, apparently. Anyway, so cool. Thanks for listening. Until next time. Bye-bye.
So long.